no.
Hey, easy, girl. Golly. This is going to be the introduction to our pig operation. Our pasture pig production operation. We talked about it in the last video with building the pen and all that going, and I'm kind of scatterbrained because we got a pig like trying to eat us. I had tortillas in my pocket I was going to put some wormer in them and feed them to her, and she is really wanting some feed. So what we've got here is we've got we got 2 red wattle gilts and a red wattle cross sow, and we got them from some really nice people. I think they're really well intentioned when they got into pigs, but I'll admit I didn't know everything I needed to know about pig nutrition when I first got out here doing this. The only other pigs I'd ever raised was with somebody that knew how to raise pigs and stuff, and I probably missed some fine details about nutritional needs, and I thought I knew everything I needed to know. And anyways, the point being, these pigs are just a little underweight. I think, if I had to guess, they were on a lot of corn, and corn lacks amino acids and protein that they need to fill out and perform. Typically, high grain diets are a finishing diet, which we'll talk about that more with the feed that Levi is going to be using on his 2 finishing pigs that he's got right now, and what we're going to do to probably help with some of that lysine need that they have. It's going to have plenty of protein, but we're probably going to have to help with lysine because it's going to be a non-GMO feed, and that gets tricky because usually lysine comes from soybeans and products of soybeans, which is typically GMO, unless you know where you're getting them. So anyways, without further ado, the process that we're doing right now. Hey, just smack her on the nose if she gets nippy.
Yeah.
She thinks that we got feed and she's ready
hungry.
to eat.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do?
It's like a shark in the water.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna get weights on them, and Shayla's already got one. You wouldn't believe it. I wish we would have had this on video. When we picked him up, this little boy just said load up, and they loaded up like dogs in our trailer. But Shayla's already got one in the scale, so let's get a look at her and what she weighs, and then we'll worm her, and I'll feed you in a minute, girl. Then we'll worm her, and then we'll move on to another one.
All right.
So I'm not sure what this one's going to be called, and she may, if she doesn't, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to worm her, we're getting her weight, and in 30 days of being on feed, because these pigs are still young, like a year old or less, we're going to see if we can access some of that growth potential still, and see if they're going to put on, like if she'll put on 1.5 pounds a day for me for the next 30 days, she'll probably make a fine little gilt and sow. And we'll probably throw her in our breed program. But if she just won't grow after worming and feeding, she's probably either going to have to go on the dinner table or to somebody else's farm where it's not quite as critical, because we are going to try to enter into a pasture forest pig enterprise with these piglets. So they've got to be able to perform. So without further ado, this one's going to get her wormer.
I know.
She's going to get her wormer. I'm just going to put it in this tortilla, and Otter thinks that she wants tortilla too. Hey, girl.
Yeah, we need to trim that.
Easy,
Oh,
girl.
Levi, get that other pig off him.
Here, girl. Right here.
I'm gonna take Dad's hand out.
His leg out.
Woo, good girl. And she ain't going to have a problem eating that. As soon as she does, we'll
Levi,
turn her loose and see if we
watch
can't
her.
get this pain in the butt in there and get her something.
This is salsa and queso.
Okay, Levi says that one's name's Cozumel, salsa, and queso, I guess because she's like white queso.
Yeah. Salsa.
I want that little bitty one in here, Levi.
Salsa right there, Levi.
So, hey, queso, right here.
Queso. Queso.
Otter, no ma'am.
Oh, nobody.
No, not you.
Hey, look at blue stick. Wait a minute. Look at blue stick in there. They're like this.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Ooh.
Alright.
He's probably going now.
He's big.
She's about what I thought she was.
240.
I figured.
Woo. What?
I figure she's pretty good size. She would probably be in the 350 to 400 pound range if she was obese, probably 400. But I'm gonna get her wormed so she doesn't get too wound up in there. She's pretty easy going compared to this other one.
Oh, she's really sweet. 244.
Here, girl. Here, girl.
Don't let her bite Dad.
Yeah, you can swallow it. All right, now we need the annoying one in there. Salsa. She might go good with chips and salsa if she keeps it up.
She might be left in there. Just kidding.
Salsa, follow me. Follow me.
Chips.
Follow me.
Salsa, look right here. Look right here. You want
She needs a better name than salsa. She needs to be like
See,
Serrano.
I actually made this scale. If you're kind of looking at the way this gate works and whatnot, this is actually, I mean, I didn't create that style gate. This is my take on a pig scale and the way a gate ought to work. So she's at 155, 156, which is actually a lot smaller than I would have thought compared to this. Like, I thought the spread between these two would have been
a
bigger.
lot bigger.
Like, I thought she would have had way more weight than that on her.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, I didn't think she was over 200 for sure.
Yeah.
I thought she's gonna be like 285. Or, I mean, not 285, 185.
Whoa!
Hey, easy, girl. Golly.
She needs a better name than salsa. Salsa's not spicy enough.
Like, what?
Easy.
Wasabi?
I'm
No.
gonna call her wild because she's a wild boar.
She needs
She just did like something a wild pig would do.
What's a really spicy?
serrano, habanero,
Let's name her
Are you
Ghost
gonna
Pepper.
be that hard to
ghost.
handle?
No, that's too
Oh,
long.
quit doing that.
That's like a boy name.
She's gonna take you out. No,
Whoa, baby.
just hungry.
No, not really.
All right, so
Sauce is mild.
with this feed, it's not necessarily 100% necessary for my breeding stock to be non-GMO. I have to do things that are financially smart, so that means that to some extent I have to probably feed some GMOs. With that being said, this particular feed is a non-GMO sorghum, which is sorghum Milo, which is neatly enough has not been GMO'd yet to be Roundup ready or anything like that. Is the grain base in this, and then it's a peanut meal which lacks some amino acids. So what we'll be doing on this feed is we'll probably go get some raw milk. We don't have any goats producing milk right now, so we'll have to go to a local dairy, get some raw milk, and we'll use it to ferment this feed. And once you get your ferment batch started, it's like a starter culture. It's like anything. It's like anything else that you need a starter culture for.
Fermenting.
For like kombuchas or
Sourdough.
stuff like that. Once you get it started, you just keep it going, and whenever that grain starts to ferment, it will produce its own microbes, which contain lysine and essential amino acids. So you don't have to have soybeans. Soybeans are a nice little shortcut, you know, and I'm sure they make synthetic lysine and they add it to the pig feeds, or maybe not synthetic, but they probably culture and grow lysine, and that's how they get it in the feed. But there are ways you could do it on your own, and we'll cover that throughout Levi's process, because he'll be the main one that's really trying to get some pigs to gain weight. So we'll cover the fermenting process and stuff like that. So you're spilling.
Oh,
the
you're
feed, girl.
spilling it.
She's so much nicer after she's eaten.
That one's
You gotta fend off the bigger pig.
Yep.
She's actually, and guys, we've had these pigs for
Like,
almost a week now. I mean,
what is today's
5
Thursday?
days.
We got them Sunday, so 4 or 5 days.
4 days, 5 days, and they've already put on a little bit of weight. And I'm not trying to trash talk who we got them from at all. I think it just literally comes down to understanding their dietary needs. I mean, you could feed a pig, you could just about starve a pig on nothing but corn. I mean, you could feed it tons of corn, but you could just about starve it. So, and we've learned a lot since we've been homesteading.
Yeah. And we actually drove 4 hours to go get these pigs because we were looking for red wattles or a red wattle cross. And there's none really around here locally. There were some a couple hours away. I'm not really sure why we forgot about if we forgot about them or it wasn't the cross that he wanted. But we had options for some up in northeast or northwest Missouri. We saw some in Louisiana that we thought about going to get, but we didn't hear back from them. And these we drove down to Texas for. So
yeah, there just wasn't a lot. There were some large black red wattles that were close.
yeah,
The
and those
large
are the ones.
blacks are a large pig, and I really wanted, if I was going to get red wattles, I wanted them crossed with maybe something. I'm not
Tamworth.
afraid of fat, but I don't want a lard pig. Lard pig means it's going to put a lot of fat cap on. I want a pig that's going to have good marbling, but that's why we're going to go show you our boar here in a minute and tell you where we're going to really get our marbling. And I wanted the red wattle because they're supposedly known for their beef-like pork. It's supposed to be a lean pig, but it's supposed to have marbling. It's supposed to have very red meat that has more of a beef texture and flavor profile to it. So ultimately, I think with purebred red wattles and whatever she might be crossed with, I think we're going to be in good shape on piglets. Red wattles are known for a good growth rate. Typically, I think, like I said, these would be much larger at this point in their life, but they're still young. Pigs grow for like 3 years. So I think getting them fed properly over the next month, we can really see what they can do. And I don't want my pigs huge, so I'll probably always have them on a maintenance diet to keep them relatively fleshy, but still, I don't want them like being 1,000-pound sows.
But why did you pick the red? I mean, they're red. They have wattles, if that's what you're wondering.
I picked
Little
them because they're
things dangling from their
breed
neck.
pork that is known for their foresting capabilities.
Yeah.
Their foraging, their foresting, and
So, which I don't really know that much about the red wattles, but
And
you
I just
say
wanna
the
be different.
foresting. But do they graze? Does that
gonna
mean
dig
they
holes.
graze?
They're gonna dig holes.
I mean, because they really haven't dug hardly at all out here. They've barely
Well,
rooted anything. So
They've been rooting around the perimeter, which is not surprising because they probably want to get out.
yeah, just a little bit. I mean,
But
not
we're
bad.
We're gonna get a hot wire out here. They have been on hot wire, so we're gonna get a hot wire out here. Yeah.
Okay.
Teach
Well, shocked
her
me.
how. So we are going to get a hot wire out here, get them reacquainted, and then eventually they're going to get a sow pen and get moved over near, not next to, but near our boar. Probably what we'll do is we got Levi's feeders and what will probably be our feeder pen in the future or whatever we need it for, but it'll be the boar, the feeder that are cut, so they can't jump pins and breed, and then it'll be our sow pen. But we're going to have them hot wired into some acreage where we don't want them to tear up the acreage because we're really small farm here. So they're going to have access to pasture, but they're going to primarily stay in their pens.
Yeah.
But like we could alternate every other day. A different group of pigs gets to run around, but we want to limit the amount of damage done because we still want to produce grass. We don't want mud holes and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go get a look at the boar. Let's move this thing for now. Probably onto the pasture so we can keep it handy.
That little one, I'm surprised. I'm surprised she's so feisty. Hi, Mama. Old man lost his manhood. You even know it yet? You're not in trouble, Wolverine. You embarrassed? He is. As far as I know, he hasn't left the property much, but hopefully that'll help.
We are fermenting in the shop, and that's one thing. Fermenting this amount of feed is you're going to have to keep it relatively above a certain temperature. Your fermentation is going to slow down or stop completely until it's warm again. But now that we've got the shop enclosed and stuff, like if it gets really cold, we could burn a couple fires throughout the day to help it keep going. But yeah, I'm excited to start producing some pigs. So let's go get a look at that boar.
All right.
All right, so here's that boar that I was talking about. Rylan is going to be the farrowing expert, as you've seen in the other video. He's going to learn everything it needs to become a pig farrowing machine, ain't you? Huh? And she's Cooney. He is less than a year old. How old is he again, Rylan? About 10 months? He's 7 months?
Yeah.
He's only 7 months?
He'll be 8 months sometime this month. I don't know when his birthday was, but he was born in May.
We'll call him 8 months. We need to weigh him. We'll probably just weigh him next time we get the scale out for the other pigs. But, because, I mean, obviously he's healthy. But she'll be bred, so if anybody's interested in a Cooney IPP, we will have some born. Otherwise, they're just going to become roaster pigs. So, but with the Cooney, they're bred up from Duroc, Berkshire, the IPP. They're bred up from Duroc, Berkshire. So, you know,
a lot different after he bred her.
Yeah, he's a little less sweet now. But, you know, the Coonies are known to be a little bit on the large side for pigs. So, bred up with a Duroc and a Berkshire, they're more of a commercial pig. And with those genetics, coupled with that red wattle, is what I was getting at with saying that we're going to breed for pasture and forestability and good mothering is what we're looking for. We want our pigs to be able to farrow in the woods with a simple hut similar to this and not have any issues. So I think that the IPP is going to be a good match for the red wattle to produce really good little piglets.
You know you're wasting all your food every time you do that.
Yeah, I'm going to build them. I'm actually going to build in all the pens. I'm going to put, like, say about right here, I'm going to build a concrete trough, Shayla. We'll just mix it up with our mixer and we'll build a concrete trough that he can't pick up and
Levi,
destroy.
The goats are all in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
So,
What was that?
I don't know. Somebody that knows us. But, I mean, look at this guy.
Beautiful.
Look how wide he is in the shoulders. I guess you need something as a reference. There's my hand. It's about, 5 inches wide from thumb to side of my hand. So, for a 8-month-old pig, show us how big he is, Rylan. Get down there and pretend like you're pig on this side. Get on all fours and show us how big he is. I wouldn't get your face over there. He might smack you. But good looking pig. Look at the hams on him. Man, I can't wait to see what our red wattles look like after eating for a month or so. Real good. Beautiful color. All the piglets should typically have wattles. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do.
So that was our boar, that was the red Wattles, and we still got to show you Levi's pigs. So we got some chores to do real quick, and then we're gonna go get Levi on video so he can talk about his pigs. All right, so here's Levi's pigs. Aren't they just super cute?
Wait, he might do it. He might do it. Wait.
Oh, you're gonna do the...
Oh, he's not doing it. Oh, wait, there he goes. Usually whenever you do it, it'll wiggle his belly like this.
Alright.
Alright,
What are they meant for?
Tell us about your pigs.
So these are 2 IPP pigs, short for Idaho pasture pigs, and these are going to be my feeder pigs. So these are a breed of Berkshire,
Duroc,
and Cooney. And I'm hoping to get him up to about 270 pounds. That's the goal. And it should be done by May 30th.
Hoping.
That could be done sooner and that could be done later.
Yeah. It's just the
That's
goal
Whatever
date.
they weigh May 30th, they're going in. Here's the deal. So what are you selling them by halves and wholes? Which I'm probably going to buy 1/2 off of him.
Yeah.
But so there'll be a whole and a half available, and then. But what's the deal? Like May 30th is the butcher date. But if say they get to 260 pounds or so a month early, which probably won't happen, but say they did, would you try to get them bumped up in the date to get them into butcher?
Yeah, probably.
So.
And well, I guess we already kind of went over the feed, but other than them being IPPs, the other special thing is that they're going to be non-GMO fed.
Yeah. So.
And we just why are they in the trailer?
So, whenever we picked him up, it's always a little bit hard to put him in there. This time it was a lot easier, but so we just didn't want to put him. So
What just happened?
Okay, so
Where did we take them yesterday?
yesterday we took him to the vet to get them neutered, castrated. Neuters. We got both of them castrated. All right, we'll probably put the video in here.
We didn't get a video.
We didn't video,
Oh.
but
But why'd we keep them in the trailer? Just in case something went wrong with them or something?
Yeah.
And to keep them from getting
Infected.
you know, let them, it's probably the cleanest place that we have to keep them.
and without the other animals messing with them.
And also, we didn't want like any of the other pigs to. So when pigs get into fights with each other, sometimes they go for each other's testicles.
Yeah.
So we didn't want, say, them to get in with the boar and then him think he's got to show dominance while they're kind of wounded.
Still losing their, what is that, the testosterone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. That's why
Even though they were together, they may not. I don't know if they would have remembered each other. It's about a week apart, but
I'm sure he doesn't remember, but that don't mean he don't. This is his
still
new
showing dominance.
This is
Yeah.
his new property, and he's want to be
Yeah.
the boss. They would probably fight for a while, but they would get used to each other.
Yeah.
And we're not going to keep them together, but that's just worst case scenario. We've got all these pigs and stuff. We didn't want one of them. We got those red Wattles, or one of them gets to them, and then they're fighting, and just might not be a good thing after being castrated.
So it's warm in here, very warm. Levi's been taking care of them in here. They obviously got clean bedding, as you can see. So
What did they weigh, Levi? Roughly.
114 and 117.
and
So almost identical in weight.
they were born in July, so they're 6 months old.
And that was after losing about 6 pounds in reproductive
This one
organs.
looks a little bit taller. That one looks really wide.
They're going to be built really wide, good hands, good shoulders.
Both of them.
Yeah,
pretty wide.
and we can attest to the meat. We've had the meat from another Cooney that they had, a big old huge sow, and it is
IPP.
delicious. Oh, I said cootie cootie. I mean, yeah,
I keep
IPP.
calling them cootie cooties, 'cause they're basically a giant cootie cootie with a little leaner background.
Which, if you didn't catch our previous video, we talked about it with them, with the folks there. And also, if you're interested and you did not catch our last video, we will put their information. It's Oklahoma Hogstead. They're out of Winnett, Oklahoma. And go back and check out our other video on that. Yep, they gave us a hat. Pretty cool. And the description will be, a link will be in the description and up here on the screen. So check them out. Check out our last video to see their place, to meet Django. He's a big old huge 450, 500 pound hog. He's a gentle giant. And yeah, just check that out. Tell them we sent you over. Subscribe to their channel. And I guess it'd be a good time to tell you to subscribe to ours if you're not already. And don't forget to like this video. Is that it, Levi? You got anything else to say? And you guys, if you are interested in getting meat from us or a piglet or anything like that, make sure you follow our Facebook page. We have a lot more information on there. And it's just Old Pecan Homestead on Facebook. And keep up with us over there. So we will catch you guys on the next video.